Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. Mama and Papa are here with you today to talk about Welcome to Plathville, Season 6, Episode 5.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to all of you. If you're new or if you're one of our regulars, welcome. This has been an interesting episode.
What episode is it again?
This
5.
is Episode 5.
Okay.
And it looks like there's some interesting. They're leading up to some interesting things in this episode.
Yeah.
And I think it bodes well for the rest of the season.
Well, I do too, and I like the part where there's more Kim in this episode.
Yeah, more of the more personality people.
Yes. So I was actually sitting there watching the episode, and I'm like, you know what? There's actually more Kim in this episode. Actually, I think it was over half Kim. I know we're going to talk all about it. But
Yeah.
There's a lot of Kim.
A little bit. I mean, there wasn't like a lot of her, but she was
in
more little clips. Yeah.
more than usual.
Yes, exactly. So we start off the show. Kim, Ken, Micah are taking Amber, Cassia, and Mercy to Taekwondo. And they're all very cute.
Yeah.
Little kids doing karate and all that stuff is, martial arts is just cute. And the kids talk about how they are always losing their stuff because of being either mom's house or dad's house or whatever. And see, I never lived at a parent's house once the other one had custody.
Yeah.
It was just visitation.
Mm-hmm.
So I never, I just packed the bag for the weekend and then I repacked the bag and took it back home with me.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going home, I was going to visit. And when I left, I went home.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for those girls, it's home and home.
Right. So, yeah, I never kind of considered that could get a bit confusing unless you're really organized, and most of are.
Well, yeah, you could buy underwear and socks for one place and underwear and socks for the other.
And I noticed, I don't know if you realized, but the older Mercy gets, she looks like she fell straight out of Micah's ass.
Micah or Isaac? Because Micah and Isaac kind of look similar too.
They do, but she looks just like Micah. I was like, holy crap, she could be his kid.
I mean, I've seen her on the episode, but I only seen like a split second of her.
Yeah.
It's
and
mostly,
they're doing their martial arts.
It's mostly, Amber and the older kids. You don't ever see or hear from the two youngest.
Well, they probably leave it up to them whether they, are on the show and do that kind of thing or not. So they might be a little bit more shy, being younger. And also, it might be the parents protecting them because they are kind of young to have a lot of, presence out there.
And I wonder if Isaac is just trying to distance himself.
No, I think he's a teenager and he's really busy. He's in school. He's got a girlfriend. I think might be a senior this year, maybe.
I don't know.
I think he's a senior this year. And so I know because I saw pictures of his prom last year from his junior prom.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I think until he's got his plane, he flies. So I mean, he's busy. He's got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
So and then Kim talks about not having classes or activities for the older kids because she just physically couldn't cart 9 kids around.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm sure they didn't have the money, and both of those reasons are valid. But she did try to teach them music, teach them dance, gave them whatever she had to give, as far as teaching them things besides just school.
Well, she taught Mariah how to dance.
Yeah, I know she did with the younger kids too, the younger girls, I mean. But then she talked about the little girls didn't get a full farm experience like the older kids did, but they get more freedom now.
The older kids aren't using any of the farm experience that they've learned.
I don't know.
Not that we see.
Ethan and Micah both like working with their hands and like figuring like engines and mechanical things.
Well, yeah, as far as the engines and, I mean, that's more Ethan.
working with animals and gardening, things like that. I mean, that's a lifelong skill.
Mariah doesn't do any of that to what we see.
Well, Mariah was never one for doing any of that when she lived there. She's not that kind of
Yeah,
girl.
she never did
Not
chores.
everybody
Yeah.
is that kind of person to live in the country on a farm.
She really did rebel against chores. I remember those
Yeah.
earlier seasons.
And then Micah says Ethan is skeptical of Ken, but he's getting used to him dating his mom.
Yeah.
And I mean, that would be weird if you went your entire life, and then your parents get divorced when you're an adult. I mean, and then they start dating. That's odd.
But what's weird is then you follow in her footsteps. Ethan follows in his dad's footsteps as far as the marriage.
Well, he didn't want it to.
Well, it just happened.
I know.
He should have married his mom.
Speaking of Ethan, we see him at home in Minnesota, and Mariah and Lydia are visiting to cheer him up.
And I'm so glad that we didn't see much of Lydia.
Why?
She's so boring. It's funny how she's like, oh, I've come to this to brighten everybody up, a little ray of sunshine. I'm sitting there going, really?
She is very upbeat.
She tries. She's faking it. There's no. You can tell she's not really.
She can be that happy all the time.
I don't think she's even that happy ever. I think she's just that happy in front of the camera.
You think so?
Yes. I think she's a teenager going through teenager things with her parents getting divorced, her brother and sister-in-law getting divorced. She's just going through a lot of things.
So that's her own breakup.
Yes, but you don't really hear much of.
No, but still, I mean, for her sake, I hope it's real. I mean, again, I feel the family's really good at when you're in denial.
Yeah. Like hiding things.
And pushing things away and putting it in the box until it bursts out because you can't hold it anymore.
Like Ethan.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping she's not headed for an explosion and that her happiness and her, enthusiasm is real. That's my wholehearted hope for her.
Well, for your case, I hope you're right.
Yeah, I hope so. But then Mariah shows us she spilled some coffee on her white shirt and made a big deal about it. And so she asks to borrow a shirt from Ethan. And the only reason I mention this is because I have the exact same shirt. You know, the shirt I give to Elizabeth that she wears when she's cold.
Yeah.
It's the exact same shirt, except that one's new and mine's really old.
And that one has coffee on it.
No, hers was the white shirt, not the red plaid one that she wore his. Yeah. It's okay, baby.
It's late here. And
it is. So. Yes, you did.
Deal with it.
Then Mariah told Ethan about her apology to Olivia. And Ethan knows that Olivia's coming soon and is looking forward to moving, getting all of her crap out so he can move out. But he's dreading talking to her. And I don't blame him. I mean,
it really makes me mad that everybody feels they have to apologize to Olivia. And Olivia doesn't apologize to any of them.
Because Olivia's never wrong. And here's the thing. It turns out that Mariah was wrong about what she said publicly about her stealing the music or money or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, of course, she would want to apologize publicly.
Was she wrong?
Yeah, she was. She didn't take her music.
She only didn't take it because she got caught.
William?
No, I'm just saying. And it's Papa.
Papa. Forgot how to edit. Yeah, okay, y'all. Bear with me. It's getting late. So
Mama's lost the words.
I don't even know what to say about Olivia anymore. I hate her face. I hate her voice.
We don't hate anybody.
I'm really looking forward for someone to get a really good spouse, other significant person, and bring someone different on the show so they can get rid of her.
Well, that's not happened this season.
No, but I mean, I'm hoping it's a good person, not like someone who's just in it for the money or for fame or whatever.
I mean, Micah's girlfriend will take over her spot eventually.
I don't think so. I'm
Well, so you're basically Olivia's only on here for the drama. She brings the drama,
and that's why they keep her.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I really don't like Olivia and her actions and antics, okay,
Yeah.
she does make it interesting.
Mm,
I just don't like the fact that everybody else is apologizing and she's not.
she never will. That's why we hate her. Anyway,
We don't hate
so
her.
after the first commercial, we see Barry and Micah in Cairo at the rental property that Barry wants to move into.
That's the other thing that makes me mad. But go ahead.
But okay, so he wants to sell the big house, obviously.
Yeah.
And then obviously because they have all these rental properties and things, that's why their assets are being tied up for whatever the divorce, I guess. Because of course he wants everything,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't want her to have anything, and that's not right.
He gets the house and she gets a boat.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about the division of the property with all the rental properties and things, and that ginormous house that they bought.
But remember, she couldn't live above the studio because they were selling it, right?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. That was my hypothesis.
I mean, why else would she live? I mean, she was living there. Why else would she not live there?
I don't know.
And decide to move into a stupid boat.
I don't.
That-
Well, I mean, obviously, there were not enough bedrooms. I don't think. I think there was only like one or two.
There's more than the bedrooms they have in a boat.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this shit didn't really, trade up. So.
Yeah, well, I'll get to that point here in a second. In that part.
Yeah, and so I mean, it's a really nice house, and I'm just like, how come Barry could choose from the rental properties to live in, and she couldn't?
And that's exactly what I said. The first thing that came to my mind as soon as that scene came on.
Yeah, I'm like,
And why didn't Micah say something?
yeah, I don't know if they're aware of the division of properties or how they're doing the divorce. I don't know if either one of the parents are telling the kids like, hey, this is what's holding up the divorce, and this is what we're doing.
I mean, if I was Micah, okay, I'd be like, Dad, why are you getting a house and Mom's gonna live on a broke down boat that I have to try and fix?
I would too, but we're a little bit more. Well, you wouldn't. You don't.
Actually, I won't. You don't even know me.
Okay. All right, buddy. But my thought was Barry's always talking about divorce dragging on and being in marriage limbo. But he always says it with a smile and this smug look on his face. And it always makes me wonder, is he stalling the divorce on purpose just so that she can't really move on and be with him and have some money from their divorce? Because they will make him give her some of the property or assets or whatever from the marriage. And he's just holding it up on purpose to keep her from getting shit. That is my theory, and I don't know if I'm right, but y'all, I have really good intuition and feelings about things, and as Papa here will tell you, my feelings about certain things tend to come true and be right.
He doesn't want divorced anyway. He never wanted a divorce.
No, and he doesn't want her to be happy
So
or
he's not
have
gonna
anything. He wants her to struggle as long as possible.
He's not going to make it any easier on her.
No, he hates her. He's put a smile on his face. He hates her.
I don't think he hates her. He doesn't like Ken, but I don't think he hates him.
Okay, in my opinion, if you spend 25 years with someone and you never put your spouse's needs first, and you never care about their feelings or their well-being, like emotionally and mentally, you do not love that person.
I'm not saying he's not a narcissist. I'm just saying he just doesn't hate. He doesn't hate her.
I'm just saying you have to hate someone to wait. They're at this a year and a half at this point to leave them waiting with nothing, no income, no nothing that long. Not being able to move on and be with the person that you want to be with. I think he's doing it out of spite. Let's just say that.
That makes more sense, yes.
Okay. So then we have Micah, and he said he's looking to start his own fencing company and maybe landscaping too.
Weird out of the blue.
Well, no, he said that while he's been working down in South Florida,
I know.
he was working doing fencing.
I know what he was saying.
And he always worked with his hands until the modeling thing, and then he just kind of.
But I can't see. It's like a big old 360, whatever that is. He goes from modeling all of a sudden to fencing.
Well, no, he went from being this little farm boy who had never been out of the town of Cairo
Yes.
to being this big model on TV.
Yes.
And every woman in the world wanting to bang him, and then now he's trying to get settled back down to get a little bit more to his roots and work with his hands again.
I'm just saying it changed so quick.
He's young, but that's what we do when we're young.
Not
You
me.
left and moved like half of the country away when you were young.
I was 27.
Young. I mean, that's younger than we are now.
Yeah, 20 years ago. Yeah.
You know,
It's not about me.
I'm saying when you're young, you have more availability to make these kind of big, let's do it kind of life things. You know. And he said he's been with Veronica Peters for 1.5 years at that point, which was been about last fall.
Back to Mike again.
Okay.
He did say he might want to become an actor.
Well, I mean,
He had a big old array of things.
that's what he's saying. He doesn't know what to do because that one's like California,
Yeah.
where he was and he loves,
And
one's in Florida with the woman he loves. So obviously the choice is, if it stays with her, that's what he's going to be doing. And if he doesn't, he's going to go back to doing what he was, I guess.
Sorry, I didn't go back on there. I just wanted to-
We were talking about Micah, so that's fine. So he's been with her for about 1.5 years, about last fall at that point. But most of that had been long distance.
Over the phone. Yep,
So
over
for
the
at
phone.
least a year of that was over the phone, and maybe it doesn't count.
What does it
You
count?
can- long distance like that.
Ours was at first over the phone.
Ours was like 3 towns away, just over in the next county.
Still over the phone.
He's the entire country away.
So what do you mean that's a count?
And they only talk on the phone and like video chats. You can't, until you live with someone and you interact with them like on the or even dating and getting like see them in person, know their habits and their behaviors. You don't know if you're compatible with someone. I mean, you may have the same values and interests. You may look at them and be like, oh, hey, they're cute, they're attractive or whatever. But you don't know if you have chemistry and real like compatibility until you show someone in person. That's what I think. I mean, there's a reason why all these dating shows on TV and these 90-day fiancés and shit, everybody's long distance talking, that shit doesn't work out. It's because it doesn't matter how long you talk to someone over the phone. You can't know them until you know them in person.
The dating shows are fake.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just saying. Calm down. Okay, so Barry is saying basically that the next step that he really thinks that Micah should take if he's going to live with this woman is to marry her.
Well, Barry should be given no advice.
But my note here is he's too young. He doesn't know what he wants. If he's still thinking of California as an option, he is not sure of his girlfriend.
Sometimes Barry shouldn't be given no advice.
He may love her. That doesn't mean that he's in love with her. Yeah. So, I mean, he's young. I mean, he's been in love 100 times
I guess
probably.
he just wants all his kids to get divorced. Like,
Maybe.
Yeah.
And he don't want to be the only one.
Because Ethan and Olivia married young too.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I married young the first time. And the second time.
I married young the first time.
Yeah. Well, we just said 27 was young, right?
It is to me now.
And so Barry says that he won't date until he's divorced. And I'm just like, and he looks all smug about it, like, saying, oh, well, Kim's like doing something awful by dating, even though we've been separated for, the year and a half.
I think it's because nobody wants him.
Well,
The creepy
if you
guy.
could get past his face and his personality, he wouldn't be bad.
So,
That's just my opinion on him. There's something so skeezy about him, I can't even stand it. And then Mikey gives him advice on how to get DMs, and he says he's got to have Riz. And
dope. That's dope.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Barry said.
Mm.
It means you have to know how to lure women in with charm.
Never heard of
basically.
that. Never heard of it before. Ever.
Like, you know how to like say stuff in their DMs that'll like, fall in love with you, basically.
I don't know. I thought he was talking about the lady in Greece.
Oh my gosh. So then Barry said he wants someone who can make him laugh and is somewhat athletic. And I think that was like a dig at Kim, maybe.
I don't think she makes them laugh in athletic. I mean, she knows how to dance. So that's athletic.
You have to be yeah.
Yes.
I think she's depressed.
I don't think Barry has an athletic bone in his body.
All he does is weightlift. And run.
Anybody can do that. You don't have to be athletic to lift weights.
When he runs or jogs or whatever.
And again, you don't have to be athletic to jog.
Well, that's not true because neither one of us
You
could do
just
it.
have to have stamina. You don't have to be athletic. There's a difference.
Well, I don't know anything about it, so I'll
Mary
believe
is
you.
probably the least athletic one in the family.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I believe you though.
I'm just saying, he doesn't look like he'd be the athletic one.
Okay.
Kim is more athletic because of dancing.
We just don't like Barry. And okay, so then we're back in Minnesota, and Olivia is at the apartment alone, and she's packing and sorting her possessions, and says, "quote Ethan always thinks I'm coming back because that's what I did before."
When?
Well,
She never left.
we would have fights and whatever. I guess we didn't say everything on the show.
It wasn't the off season. Yeah.
Maybe she'd go away for the weekend or whatever. I don't know. Um,
She left and next season started there in Paris.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ethan arrives and said seeing her is painful.
That
You can
was-
see it on his face that seeing her is painful.
It looked like somebody pushed him in the door.
They did not want to go in.
When he entered, he looked like the dude from Seinfeld. Remember? And he looked very awkward, very uncomfortable.
In his own home, yeah, because she's
Yeah.
there and she makes everything awkward. And so Olivia was throwing away things that hurt Ethan's feelings, I guess, like mementos and things or whatever.
He wanted. If she wanted, he wanted.
And he said, she's always been like that. And this is a quote. When she cuts something out of her life, she's gone and she never looks back. I know if she can do that with her own family, I don't stand a chance. And I'm like, fucking right. We've been saying that since day one. I mean, unless her parents were straight up abusive and beat them or starve them or something horrible, there's no reason to up and leave your entire family.
But the siblings that we know, all right, Olivia's siblings, right, they're all strange. So I don't mean strange in a bad way.
No.
Right? They're all different
From what we're used to.
Yeah, from what the way they grew up. Okay. So something happened, I think. I'm not saying it did. I'm just assuming something happened.
They were all just very sheltered, like the Plath kids were.
But the Plath kids end up like that. Like one kid ends up the brother likes wearing the brother likes wearing makeup, which is different. I mean, that's just.
I don't think. Does he? I don't think he wears. I think he did. They put it. His sisters put it on that one episode.
I don't know why he.
I know as a man that stuck with you.
No,
but,
I'm just saying this is Halloween. It's not normal for a sheltered kid.
Okay, I'm not going to go back and revisit that episode. So then Ethan confronts Olivia about her not appearing to care at all and says it infuriates him and says, I don't understand. And to me, I was a very proud mama at that moment because he was communicating his feelings clearly. He was telling her what he thought. So go, Ethan. We're proud of you. Keep up the good work. Keep communicating your feelings. Tell everyone what you're thinking. It's okay. It's good. It keeps you sane. So after this second commercial, Mariah is visiting Kim on her boat after visiting Minnesota with Ethan. And we find that Kim's boat has no electric right now because of a burnt plug. And Kim, that is, if you're still living on the boat, honey, that is so dangerous. It could burn down with you in it and everything you own. So please be careful.
Yes, that's just horrible.
And I think it's terrible that she probably took everything she had to buy that boat, and it's a piece of crap, which means it probably didn't cost much, and she has no money to fix it up. So I know for a fact, when I said the first episode that she was broke on a boat, I was right.
And what's bad again is Barry's the dad, all right, of those three little girls.
Yeah, that's what I was
Should
thinking.
he have a care? Be like, look, Kim.
Want his kids to be somewhere safe.
Exactly. Yes. Safe and secure, and not on a burning boat.
Because he'd rather punish his wife than care about his kids. That's what I'm saying. He's spiteful, and that is not a good person. This is exactly the kind of shit that she's trying to divorce him over.
Yeah, and he's getting worse. I think he's worse.
And it's he's being more blatant about it. Before he's like, oh, I'm going to be sneaky and not let anybody know what I'm really about. But after dragging it out this long, it's become pretty obvious what he's doing. And so Kim asked Mariah about Ethan because she's very concerned about him, about what's been going on with the divorce. And Mariah tells her about, how he's doing and stuff about seeing Olivia. And that made Kim worry about any possible relationship rekindling with Olivia because, she said Olivia caused a lot of pain in her family and that scares her for any chances that she might come back.
It's not the first time in a couple seasons that we've had any interaction as far as Kim talking about Olivia and vice versa.
Yeah, because like she said, Olivia was ping pong, and she would lob something at you, and if you don't hit it back, she's got nothing to come back at
her
you
and
with.
Barry just dropped.
Yeah, and so that's
paddles.
Yeah, basically, what they were saying.
But Barry would always take Olivia's side from here on out, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah, over Kim.
Oh well, anybody over Kim.
Yeah. Not over Ethan. He would take Ethan, but he would definitely take Olivia's side over Kim.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say, but.
And then they were talking about love, and Mariah said something about love not being enough, and that's what Olivia said about her and Ethan.
Yeah.
And Kim said, love is an action, and if you prioritize your person, then love is enough. Because that's what happened with her and Barry, is that he never considered her feelings or what she needed or what she wanted, and it was always about him and what he wanted. And that's why he controlled the way they raised their kids.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't want to raise her kids that strictly necessarily.
That's the only way she knew, I think.
No.
I mean, I know she was raised a different way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think she had a part in it too. I don't think it was just all Barry. In that situation.
That she's completely blameless in this whole divorce thing, their whole marriage. Of course not. We're human beings. Every single person, we're all flawed, and we all make mistakes, and we're all stupid sometimes.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. But then Kim made an excellent point. Okay. Mariah handled this last breakup with a lot more maturity than before. She did not lock herself away in her room for weeks and lose weight and, make herself sick with grief.
Yeah, Max put a number on her.
Yeah.
In season 1.
And I think there was another guy after him. But she quit letting him on the show after that because she didn't want them getting their 15 minutes of fame off of her. And I don't blame her. That's smart.
That's what Max
did.
Good
for her. And I want to give her a shout out too. Like, I have so many proud mama moments on the show. It's like, you go, Mariah. And it's very hard to grow and mature and learn how to deal with heartbreak. But you're learning and you're growing, and we're very proud of you.
I think she needs to take a page out of Taylor Swift's book.
Just keep dating all the random dudes to get songs.
Well, I mean, just the dudes, right? And then when they piss you off, they song about them. It works for Taylor Swift. Look, she's like, what, a billionaire?
Oh, yeah.
So,
I'm not a billionaire, but I know
she's a gajillionaire. Better.
Yeah, multi-millionaire.
Yes.
And I was just thinking that they showed some of the flashbacks of like how much Ethan loves Olivia. And my thought there was like, every girl dreams that she's going to be loved like that. Like, loved that much. Like,
not Olivia, obviously.
No. And again, he's not a perfect person, but he was dealing with what he knew. That's the only way he knew to deal with anything. And she wasn't exactly the best teacher.
No.
So, okay.
Or the best friend.
No. So after this third commercial, Kim and Mariah talk about her album. And Mariah asked her mom to help her choreograph a dance for the video, which I think is really fun and cool. And what we saw of it, the song I think was called "Devil in a Tie,"
something like that,
or something like that.
It was double something.
And I knew it was something with a tie, so "Devil in a Tie" or something. It was cute, and I think that was very nice that she included her mom, considering her mom had some dance background, and you know,
And she's
something
including her
together.
mom.
Yeah, you did it together because for a long time they excluded their mom from everything. So I think it just makes you feel good to be included, and that's what mom all we ever want is to be
Yeah.
included. Um, so then we see a whole lot of Olivia, blah blah blah, and looking at old pictures of her and Ethan
And
balling
yeah,
and blah blah
crocodile
blah.
tears. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want to talk about all that. But after the last commercial, Olivia basically just wussies out of letting Ethan have his say to her and makes him write a letter. And I think that's just bullshit because you had to listen to her blather on and on and on and on and on for 6 seasons now. And Ethan deserved to have his fucking say. Don't say it. She cheated him.
I did like the memories with the little song behind it. I did like that part.
You like watching his heartbreak on television?
Yes. No, I like the whole. I thought it fit. I thought it fit the ending well to their marriage.
Yeah.
Because at the end it said that he finally signed the divorce papers. I know we're getting there.
Yes.
Okay.
At the end, it says he signed a
I didn't
divorce
skip
paper.
ahead. That was next.
No, that was next. That was it.
All right. But I mean, but also we also have to give Olivia a little credit. Where would the Plaths be if Olivia and her rebellious self didn't come into the family?
Where would Olivia be without the Plaths having a show?
No, hold on, and take Mariah to L.A. That's where this whole new Plath family started to come along. When Mariah got
Let's be
away.
real. It really started when they got their own TV show.
Well, yes, but
That's when it started.
and then yeah.
It opened up a world of possibilities. Because you think they would have said yes to letting her go to California without them if they're hadn't been a camera there in their faces?
It would all be on my shit. Yes.
I'm just saying. So the show is what changed everything. Okay, guys, that was season 6,
Tomato.
episode 5 of Welcome to Plathville. And before we go, we just want to say thank you to everybody for listening and being here.
Thank you.
And we are doing this season, we're dedicating it to suicide prevention because there are just way, way too many people taking their own lives. And there is help available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in English or Spanish. You can call 988 from your cell phone to talk to someone, or you can do pound 988 to text with someone. Please, you are not alone. People do understand what you're going through. Every single person in our house has been suicidal and or has tried to commit suicide. So we have been there, we understand, and we care. So please, you're not alone. Reach out to someone if you feel like you need to or if you feel like you want to take your own life. So please, everybody, if you know someone, pass this on because you just never know who needs to hear it. Okay, everybody, we will see you next week. Until then, bye.